Guys, here we go. What we got here is pork roast, because beef is just ridiculous right now. Take and make some slices. Technically, you're supposed to let these sit and brine overnight. I just started this like yesterday. I forgot. I thought, oh, well, heck, I'll just get it ready and smoke it all day tomorrow. Well, I didn't get it ready, so. I do the hashtag. Cram that whole thing down in there. I was going to do this with my youngest rider, but none of my kids want to do anything with me, so he's playing his Power Wheels. 8 ounces is a cup, so I'm going to use one of these. It's just mustard. Fill that thing with water, shake it around. That's just cheap brown sugar, nothing special. 1 tablespoon of paprika. 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. 1 teaspoon of onion powder. 1 teaspoon of dry ground mustard. And 1/2 teaspoon of ground sage. You might have been wondering what I'm putting it in. Well, since I didn't brine it, I always forget to do that to my steaks too. So I bought a meat tumbler. What a meat tumbler does, you put that on there. That's the lid. You lock it down. You lock that down. And you get these off of, I think I got mine off Amazon or eBay for like $150. It was a long time ago. And what this does is it makes it to where you can marinate meat as if it was in the marinade overnight in an hour. In a lot of instances. This is what some of the larger chicken companies, not going to say who, because they got a secret recipe, but uses on their chicken strips. And those chicken strips are delish. But when you do that and put this on, it's got a pump in there. So this thing is vacuuming inside of there. It's sucking all the air out and putting a vacuum on the meat. As you can see right there, I got my mustard and stuff all in like that. Okay, now after it beeps, you just go like this. Then pull this out. And now it's got a vacuum, so any air that is in your meat comes out of the meat, and it replaces with the juices from like the mustard and the seasoning. So, now, put this on here, and all this does is turns it. Now, when I said that chicken place uses tumblers for their chicken strips, and the world famous chicken strips, they taste so good. Their tumblers are big industrial ones, and they go a lot faster. I mean, them things tumble. So they marinate the meat real fast because they got fins in them. This one got some little fins in it, but it's just a cheap one. The big ones are like $1,000, $2,000, and they do this real fast. You just put the meat in there, and it's like it marinates it. Those big ones, they do those in like 15 to 20 minutes. They marinate in them things. And this here, you'll see when we pull it out after an hour that it'll have mustard all over it because it's working it all through, and it'll just keep going. It's a lot better if the meat can like tumble, bloop, 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 because each time it falls, it's releasing more of that air out of the meat, and it's sucking in some of that juice. So I think that's what happens. I don't know for sure, but this is how I'm going to do it. I'm just going to run it in there. I'll let it go for the hour. And this is my first time doing this, so I got the recipe for like the dry rub, but it says to brine it overnight. I don't know if this is going to make it worse or make it whatever. But anytime I smoke a meat, I slice it to where some of the juices and stuff can get down in that meat. And, you know, I got 2 of these for like $25. And they're like over 10 pounds each, I'm pretty sure. So this will make meals for 2 or 3 days. Different kinds of meals. I don't know what kind of stuff we'll eat. Maybe pork, pulled pork, sandwiches or something. We'll see how good this turns out. Maybe not the right way, but it's my way. Alright, and today we'll be using the Pit Boss electric smoker to cook the meat in. Since I got the pork roast on and tumbling, we'll go ahead and get this ready. Turn it on. We'll set the I just wanted to come back on here and say this Pit Boss smoker, if you don't know how to use it and read the instructions, you never start it. What you do is you hit set, and then you go to the temp, you go up and down, and then you hit temp again, and that locks in the temperature. And then you hit time, or you hit set first and then hit time. You just try to hit time. If it don't start blinking on the time up here, then you hit set and then time, but then you go up and down. And if you hit time again, all it's going to do is change over to the 30 seconds. So just hitting it once after you set the time, just change it to the second. You have to double hit it. See, I was thinking before that you hit set and then you hit the time and then you hit set, but then I found out, oh, that resets it. And then I thought you had to hit set and set the temp and time and then hit smoke and that starts it. Well, the smoke, what that button does is it makes it smoke real quick. Makes it fill up with smoke. It'll turn on the element so it can start smoking. It can take pellets. It's a pellet smoker. I don't like to fill it all the way up. I like having some fresh pellets every time I smoke. So I dump these out and I get some more. See, I fill it enough to give it a good thickness, but I don't fill it all the way up. That way it's all covering the holes. Then you pull this out, fill it up with some water. You really shouldn't get water down in the bottom, but accidents happen, I guess. Alright. Then I leave these racks because I'm going to put the meat right there, and I'm going to put some potatoes up here. These are the potatoes. You see, we don't eat potatoes that much. They're already starting to spud out, but that's okay because just knock the spuds off. Alright. Get nice and wet. A half tablespoon of butter. Now, make it to where the butter's on top. And put that like that. You get your knife. You see how it's stabbing through the butter? That's so it gets into the potato. Okay. Now time to see what this looks like. Look how mixed it is. This thing's just a little bit too small for how big this was, so. Put that there. That is to catch the juices. Put that there to set the meat on. And then pull out your pocket potatoes. Right there. There. Try to put the slices up. That way all the butter don't run out. There we go. 3, 4. 5. And 6. Fixing to get company. What? It's about nap time, bub. Are you ready to take your nap? Yeah, I'm getting it all over the place. Didn't want to do that. All right. And I close her up. Now we wait. Oh yeah. Oh no. It's got water in it. The smoker comes with one of these probe things. You can't forget this thing. That's for sure. Just cram that in that meat. So now you have the temperature on there. Make sure to check it every couple hours. Make sure there's still pellets in the bottom of that. So it keeps smoking. And just whenever it's done, let it sit in there for about 30 minutes and cool off. Set. Or put it on the tray and take it in and let it sit on the counter for about 30 minutes. I'll see you when it's done. Now, I'm going to check the water. Oh no, we're about out of water. I'm going to get some water.
What are we having for dinner? Homemade pizza?
This, right here. What do you think I'm looking for?
What?
What are you doing, Asen? You're supposed to be doing your clothes now. You're done with Ryder, remember?
Yeah, no.
You're not riding a four-wheeler. You got F's.
I wasn't gonna ask that. I wasn't gonna ask anything. I didn't want to ride it with Dylan.
I maybe feel a little bit too much. Temperature dropped, and this is on. When you hit smoke, it turns on the element and it'll light up your pellets. So, just to let you know how to work it, I was showing you how to do it earlier. If you're watching this and you went out and got this smoker and you keep wondering why it don't work, that's probably because you didn't hit the temp button twice. You just hit it once. And all that does is switch to the seconds. And I don't know, maybe if you hit it twice, hit it once, and it goes over, yeah, I guess it would go over, but I wasn't paying attention and I just hit it once thinking that it was set the time, but no, it went over to the seconds. And then I would hit the smoke thinking that was starting it, and what it would do is it just turn on the element and make me think that it was going, which it was going. It would heat up the element and smoke some pellets, and then after 20 minutes it quits heating the element, and you never actually set the time because you didn't hit the temp twice or hit the time twice. Just thought I might fill you all in on that. Boy, after I read the instructions, because I kept coming out here and it would be cold and the time would be 0 because I didn't actually go hit temp again. It was still blinking on 13, I guess. And the temp would be on, or the time would be on 0 and the temp would be like 80 degrees or something. And I'm like, what the heck, man? Why does this keep shutting off? I thought something was wrong with it. But no, it's because I kept only hitting that once. So make sure you hit your temp button twice on these pit ball smokers. Don't be a fucking moron like me. Alright, and internal temperature of pork needs to be at 145 at least. We're at 162 according to this. So let's see what it looks like.
Yeah.
Look at these baked potatoes.
Yummy. Hey, I threw a baked potato on my mom. She said we were playing hot potato, but then she got mad and yelled at me.
Oh, that's kind of rude.
It was a joke.
I wouldn't have thought it was very funny either.
Well, it was a joke, though. And I didn't actually.
Here, hold on.
Whoa, baked potatoes! That was scrumptious. scribbly scrumptious, my guy.
And let's go in and check temps again. This is your meat thermometer. We don't want no brain worms, so we need to make sure that we cooked it enough.
Bro, that's alien.
145. We got one over 50, so we're good there. We got
147.
it's dropping. Oh, 147. It's good. So now we let it sit for, it's supposed to be 30 minutes, but I'm gonna let it sit for 10 minutes before I carb it.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you let your kid run the camera. Sorry about that. Roll that beautiful pork roast footage. That's mostly fat. That is a big fat cap on that. There's some meat in there. There we go. All that meat for about 10 bucks. Now let's look at this. Already buttered. All right, and here it is. All the meals weighed out. And we got a big old bag left to make stuff throughout the week. Does that look good, Ryder?
Uh-huh.
Does it look good, Ace?
Huh?
Cool. All right, now I do have to say that this Pit Boss smoker is freaking sweet. I love it. The only thing I have to criticize is it's 15.5 inches wide. This pan right here is 16 inches wide. And I wish this was 16 inches wide. See how close it is? I wish it was 16 inches wide. That way this pan would fit in there. So if I was to put anything in there, I could just put it on that pan and keep the whole damn thing from getting all nasty. Because it'd get gross if you let it. If you don't put something under the meat. But, oh well. That's nothing too big. It works great. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video and want to follow my process, like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in. Hey man, while you're at it, check out my other YouTube channels. The Stay Home Dad, The Back End Handyman, The Dorser Family, and The Average Stoner. Just a little bit of what I do from day to day as a stay-home dad.